And now, your East Texas Storm Team forecast.
And a good late Tuesday morning to you, East Texas. Here's a look at what we're seeing out there right now, and really not a lot going on in terms of any cloud cover or anything with regards to any rainfall, but that could change a little bit into the afternoon. I'll tell you about that here in just a second. 86 is that current temperature. Those winds only about 6 miles per hour. And as we look at what we're seeing across the state, not a lot of cloud cover across the eastern half of the state of Texas, but there is a lot of clouds out towards West Texas and then down into the Rio Grande Valley. That is making the temperatures quite a bit cooler across that portion of the state than what we're seeing across the eastern half of Texas, where our temperatures are getting into those mid to even upper 80s already, and we're well on our way to getting into those 90s, which we will be seeing later on this afternoon as high temperatures climb into those mid 90s, feeling like we could even be in the triple digits. So it's going to be hot out there later on today, and then we'll cool into the 70s overnight tonight before we really go through the rounds again as we go into our day on Wednesday with more in the way of that triple digit feels like temperatures here across East Texas. And rain chances, while not zero, are going to be low and limited over the next several days. 20% today and tomorrow, then 10% as we go through our 4th of July weekend. So little to no rain expected for most of us into our 4th of July. But here's a look at what we're seeing on Futurecast going through this afternoon. Again, we could see a couple of showers or storms bubble up with some of that daytime heating, and then once the daytime heating goes away, it will be partly cloudy and calm as we go into the overnight. Now, switching gears a little bit, and as far as the tropics go, here's a satellite view of close to home in the Gulf. We do have an area of disturbed weather right here off the coast of the Florida Panhandle that could develop. We'll talk about that here in a second. That's the remnants of Barry that's just kind of hanging out there in Mexico. And then that way down there, that's Hurricane Flossie, which is moving away from land, likely not going to have any effects, especially not on the United States. So here's a look at that area of disturbed weather. It has about a 30% chance of development as it moves away from us here in East Texas, but could bring some substantial rainfall there to portions of the southeastern U.S. And as far as that Saharan dust goes, we do still have plenty of it here in the air. So if you see a haze in the sky, or if you've kind of got the sniffles, that is the reason. It's because we've got all that dust and even more to come as we go over the next several days. And now, as far as our harometer goes for today, we've got a lot of humidity and that chance for storms. So there is, of course, not the best hair conditions out there, but not as bad as if we were looking at widespread storms today. And here's a look at that forecast for you. 94 for this afternoon, partly cloudy skies with that chance for some isolated storms. Overnight tonight, we'll be looking at those lows around 75 under partly cloudy skies, with your 7-day forecast showing that going through the 4th of July weekend, we're going to keep those 90s and low rain chances with lows in the 70s. So humid and hot. That's going to be the story for your 4th of July weekend. So if you're going to be outdoors, better to be by a pool or a lake here across East Texas. And for more on that forecast, you can visit us over at ketk.com.